Hello there, my fellow Minecraft friends, and welcome back once again to another new episode from the Dudecraft single-player Let's Play world. I'm your host, Mojo Roberts 2600, also known as the Dude of Minecraft, and what I'm doing here is I'm building up an area so that I can move that nether portal, which comes out from the Blaze factory, and I would like it to instead link up to the top there. So let's jump down and have a look. Now, the reason I'm doing this, I had discussed it in the previous episode where you saw me fail at becoming the hero of the village. I failed at the raid twice. I have since won the raid and acquired the hero of the village. I didn't record any of that, but I figured I would give you an update and let you know that I was able to be successful. But the reason why I'm up here doing this is because I'm going to build a creeper factory way up in the sky. And I would like this portal, as we see here, links up to this top platform. So that bottom portal is gone and it links up to this one up here. Okay, now that I've established a nice clean way to get up and down to this farm, I've put a marker up here at build limit. And what I'm going to do, this is going to be the very roof of the top level of the creeper farm. So I'm measuring out very carefully and I'm going to create a circular sort of pattern out from the center point. But this is just to give me an idea of where the roof is, and then I can start measuring down from there. Of course, I left myself a 1-block space, so I'm able to put in half slab on top of this thing and keep it spawn proof. That way anything that spawns is inside of the creeper farm, and it will be creeper only. And it's time to breed some cats, but guess what? I don't have any fish. I never set up an AFK fish farm. If you're new to the series, I don't AFK fish farm on this world. But there we go, we got some fish. Cats, do your thing. I'm gonna need 4 or 5 cats. I haven't made up my mind yet, but 4 or 5 cats sounds good. We're up to 3. More cats means more gunpowder. I've turned the draw distance way up as I'm standing up here on the creeper farm. As you look back towards my town, you can make out my house and the villager trading hall and the bridge. All looks pretty cool. It's nice to have this vantage point up here. But what I'm doing next is I'm going to build in some spawning platforms for these creepers. And I'm following the same pattern as I laid the roof above me. And what I'm doing is I'm following a design that I saw on a LogicalGeekBoy video. And if you're seeing one of my videos, I can almost guarantee that you've seen one of his videos. I'll leave a link to his video down below. But in the meantime, what he does is he layers in a bunch of trapdoors here, and you'll see me doing the same. And having the trapdoors here prevents any zombies or skeletons from spawning within the spawning floor here. So then that leaves creepers and spiders only, and we'll solve the spider problem in just a moment. But we're going to add trapdoors all along the outside of this spawning platform. And this will allow the creepers to fall off the edge and down to our collection system, which is going to differ just a little bit from LogicalGeekBoy's video. So if you're checking out his video, my design's just a little bit different. But I definitely took on the style and idea and the game mechanics behind this farm from LogicalGeekBoy. So I'm going to close up these trapdoors and move on to the next phase. Alright guys, it's time to start moving these cats up into the center of each of the spawning platforms. The idea is that the creepers will run away from the cats and run off the edge and down to my collection system. I've got 3 out of 4 cats so far, and I'm going to start moving them up to the creeper factory. Let's go. Back again up here in the sky, and I admit this is kind of an ugly way of doing this, but I'm going to bring the cats through the portal and up a powered track section all the way up this dirt thing to the top and fill in the slots one by one. We're going to put all 4 cats up here. And these will be the new home for the cats. As you can see, these are the spawning platforms, and they're going to live directly in the middle inside of a minecart, and that should scare the creepers off the side. So let's get going and sending some cats up top to their new homes. There goes Mr. Cat. I should have named these cats Mr. Cat. Give him something better than that. And I'm just going to follow him up here and make sure he gets to where he needs to go. And we're going to move the track and do it again. And we both made it. And I'm just going to catch my minecart so it doesn't roll away on me here. And yeah, so all these cats are going to live in the middle of all these spawning platforms. I'm going to remove the track and move the second guy up here. Bringing up the second cat now, and I am so excited. I can't wait to see this thing in action, and it's all coming together very nicely. And back up top here, I've sort of made up my mind about how I'm going to enclose the minecart, and I'm going to use the trapdoors right there on the bottom. Now, it's always a bit of an exercise of your patience to move entities and animals in Minecraft. However, I think this is going pretty well, And as we see, we pop just over on the other side. The cat's waiting for me. He goes into the minecart, and this is cat number 3. This is all the cats I have at the moment. I'm going to have to track down one more. But let's follow him up here, and I want to show you exactly how... Whoa, 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 don't fall. Okay, good. You don't fall either. I'm going to be placing the trap doors down here, so you can see that he's going to live right in the middle here. I'm going to... Don't need that one. Right there. Set a few pieces of rail and roll him over to his new home. So here we go. Pick up my minecart and slide this cat into position. There we go. He exists where he exists, and that is where he will exist. And one more trapdoor. There you have it. Okay, this is the area down below the spawning platforms, and what this is going to be the AFK area, where I'll sort of leave my guy camping out overnight and allow the gunpowder to collect in the collection system. I'll be moving the portal up here. And then up inside the spawning platforms, we're doing a trick to get rid of the spiders. We're going to keep all the spider spawns out of this. The trapdoors above my head will keep the skeletons and zombies from spawning in here. So I'll just continue to follow the pattern here, making sure not to leave any 3x3 spaces to prevent spider spawns, and hopefully we get just a ton of creepers and nothing else out of this farm. Now, I've told you what I'm doing, and I'm showing you how I'm doing it, but I haven't really gotten into why I'm doing this project as a whole. I need a lot of gunpowder because I am heading towards the Ender Dragon fight next episode, and when I get my Elytra and my wings, I need to have a good steady source of rockets so I can cruise all over the place and fly where I need to. So that's why I'm doing this particular project at this time. Definitely leading into the Ender Dragon fight, and I want to have supplies to do that. Right now I just want to make sure that this floor is lit up for the time being. I don't want any creepers spawning while I'm trying to build, so I just want to make sure that that's lit up. I'm adding in a bunch of green glass on the sides here. This is an area that is going to enclose the AFK chamber, allowing us to be safe from phantoms and things like that while we're just hanging out and letting gunpowder collect. The process to collect all this green glass was actually quite time intensive. There was no deserts nearby, so I had to really go exploring to find some deserts. I was able to locate a good mining desert, and I set up a little camp there, and that is directly off my nether transportation network, so it's not too bad. It just took some time to find it. Once I was able to find it, I was able to collect all the sand I needed and all the cactus for the green dyes. And yeah, so we're going to be making this a bit of a shelter in here. Next, I'm going to start adding in the collection system, and I've got some hoppers here running into a chest, and above those hoppers I'm going to be running a section of powered rail which goes all the way around this outside ring. So in order to power those powered rails, I'm going to add in some redstone blocks right here. And I just want to double check and make sure that that does not lock this hopper. And yeah, items are flowing, so it does not lock the hopper doing it that way. And I could do it the same way all the way around. So the idea here is that a hopper minecart will run underneath a layer of magma blocks. So as the creepers fall down from the top levels, they'll land on the magma blocks, slowly take damage, and eventually die. And that's when my hopper minecart will run underneath here. We'll collect all the gunpowder, and we'll bring it back to these hoppers and drop it into my collection chest. So good stuff. Now that the track is all laid in, I want to give this minecart a push and just double check and make sure that it makes it all the way around, nothing obstructing it, doesn't get caught in any corners. And it all looks to be pretty good. So above this level of powered rail, I'm going to be adding in the layer of magma blocks, and this is where the creepers will take their damage and drop their goodies. So let's get started doing this part, and I'm just going to stand back and add these directly above the powered rail section, and I'll continue going all the way around until every bit of track here is covered. Next, I'm adding in some nether bricks to hide the edges of the magma blocks, and this is going to sort of make it feel sort of stylish in here and make it look good. And the next thing also is I'm going to add some green glass right along this edge. This will allow us to keep looking into where the minecart is running around. That way, if there's ever any problems and the minecart stops rolling, we'll be able to see it the minute we walk in here. And as you can see there, it goes cruising around. In this next section, I'm adding some more green glass on the inside of here. And this is to keep the creepers out of my AFK area, because there is a possibility that they could fall down and land on the nether brick and wander directly towards where I'm standing. So I want to make sure that this is all saved up, and any creepers that fall between these two glass walls and are not able to get to where I am at. Okay, I'm down here on the ground, not too far away from my village, and taking a look up, and I think it just looks awesome up there. I've got a few more things to take care of, a little bit of glass walls to do on the top section, and I think we're done and ready to get this thing jump started. Okay dudes, I am over here in a backup copy of the Dudecraft world, and I was doing this so that I could get into spectator mode and sort of show you this thing in action. It is working well. There are just a ton of creepers spawning on the spawning platforms, running away from the cats directly off the sides and down to their magma block deaths, where my collection system scoops up all the goodies, and I can look at them go. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to have just a ton of gunpowder. I'll be ready for the Ender Dragon fight and get my elytra, and I will have rockets straight away, and I'll be flying all over the place in the next episode. I am sure of it. This is definitely going to help my rocket situation and all that good stuff. Okay, back over here on the world itself, and what I've done is I've added in a small little ladder here that comes down into a glass tube. This is where I'm going to stand to AFK, and it keeps me the appropriate distance away from the bottom level of the creeper farm, because what I found in my testing was that creepers were not spawning on the first bottom level. So I'm gonna go down that glass tube, and that's where I'll AFK. We've got the empty chest here, and I'm ready to go overnight and see what I'm able to collect from this. So let's do this. It's morning here in the real world, but it is nighttime here on Dudecraft, and I've been standing here for about 7 or 8 hours, and I'm gonna crawl up out of my hole here and see what we got. I'm really excited to see how much this thing produced. And as you can see, the minecart's still cruising around. I think some creepers are still splatting down as we're up here. Oh yeah, I'm very, very happy with this thing. But I think it's time that we check and see what we got from this. Maybe sleep first? Yeah, sleep first. The anticipation's killing me. It's time to look. Now, if my testing has shown me anything, I'm going to be very pleased with the results here, but let's have a look inside this double chest. No way. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about three and a half stacks short of a completely full double chest of gunpowder just by going to sleep overnight. I built this farm yesterday and I went to sleep, and now I have a double chest full of gunpowder. I'd say rockets and TNT and all of that stuff in the future is going to be no problem at all. Oh my gosh, I can't even carry all this stuff. This is the best version of this that I have ever made in the game, and definitely like to thank LogicalGeekBoy for his video on his creeper farm. And dudes, I thank you for joining me also. If you like the video, be sure to leave a like, and if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing for more Minecraft videos in the future. And be sure to join me in the next episode where I go to the end and fight the Ender Dragon and hopefully get my wings, and I'll be cruising all around with all these rockets. But until next time, this is Mojo Roberts 2600, also known as the Dude of Minecraft, saying see ya!